What's poppin' YouTube, my traders and my haters? Welcome back to the channel and another banger video. It's been a couple days since I picked up the camera and vlogged, but granted, it's not my fault. It's just been one of those wonky weeks. I've not traded in 2 days, so we're finally back on the charts, back on the camera, and back on the grind. Come here to me. Come on. Come to daddy. Oh, yes. I need you. And it never gets old. 10 out of 10 if you've not tried it. But these weeks don't happen too often. So today's currently Friday, June, whatever Friday is. Yeah, it's that day. And Wednesday was FOMC, which is like a really big news report that comes out at 2 o'clock. Happens once a month and it's always on a Wednesday. And I've noticed through all like my trading, back testing, logging, 9 out of 10 times I take a loss on FOMC day. And granted, I don't trade that much on FOMC because of that. Usually it either don't set up or when it does, it fails, but it always seems to fail. And by golly, this week it done it again, which is good because I didn't trade that day. It would have been a $350 loss. So I'm really glad we stayed out of that. So I lost Wednesday because of the news report. Thursday was Juneteenth, so it was a half day of trading. The markets closed at 2 o'clock. And I decided not to trade because I was thinking, you know, market's closed, New York's down, hedge funds are down, low volume. Probably, even if there's a setup, it's going to be a low probability, so I'm just not going to trade. Guess what happened? A beautiful, awesome, perfected trade on natural gas setup. It was the most beautiful break and retest you've ever seen that never even got negative for a $330 win. So we missed out on that, which sucked. That one hurt. But I had to stick to my plan because I said I wasn't going to trade, so I didn't hop in late, I didn't revenge trade, and I didn't hop into another one or anything else. So we're practicing our psychology this week. I stayed out of the market twice, didn't revenge trade, and I didn't hop into a winning trade late, which is always a win. Look at it that way. Sometimes not trading is a win. Yeah, it sucks to not be in the win, but can't take them all. There's going to be more setups, and I'd rather stick to my plan and miss a win than not stick to my plan and take a loss. So we've not traded in 2 days. We're back at it on Friday. This is the last day that the market's open, so we're fingers crossed hoping something sets up today. But I want to pour this into a Yeti cup so I feel fancy this morning. Then we're going to hop into the charts. I've actually adjusted my strategy a little bit, so I'll tell you guys about that. So while we get these lines set up, we've got 7 minutes until market open. And I decided, like I said in there, to make an adjustment to my strategy. So you guys know I'm a break and retest trader. I've got key levels drawn. I've actually got 6 levels drawn on each market that I trade. I wait for a break out, I pull back to touch the key level, that key level to hold, and then I take it in whichever direction that it is. And one of the key levels that I always have been marking is the previous day high and the previous day low. And the way I would do that is I would go to a daily time frame and mark the highest point on the candle at where it was the highest point, and I'd mark the lowest of the day before, and that would be my previous day high and previous day low. And I was looking through all my data that I've got, and since January, so we are 6 months into the year, we have only tested those previous day high and previous day low with a break and retest 11 times in 6 months. And I was like, that just don't seem right. And out of those 11 times, 6 of them were losses, 5 of them were wins. And I was like, we should be testing these levels a little more often. So I did some research on it, obviously, ChatGPT, seeing what it had to say. And if you guys are uninterested in this, you can just skip on. We'll get to the cool trading part if we take a trade. But it said that I've been marking the 24-hour candle, which I knew that. It's 23-hour candle. It's the full day, the electronically traded hours, because futures markets are only closed for 1 hour a day. And it said that the reason that you're not getting a lot of break and retest of that is because it's the electronically traded hours, 23 hours a day. It's like if you want it to be tested more, you need to do the RTH, which is the regular trading hours. So that's when the market actually opens and the market actually closes of the New York session. So I trade a couple of different markets. I'm not like NASDAQ, S&P that's 9:30 to 4. I trade like copper, platinum, gold, oil. So they've got different electronically traded hours. One of them's from like 8:10 to 1. One of them's 8:20 to 1:05 in the afternoon. So they're a little bit different. So what I'm going to start doing now, I've been doing it since Tuesday, and we've yet to retest the level to see if it's worked. But I'm going to be marking the high and low of the New York session regularly traded hours rather than marking the entire 23-hour candle, because it said obviously a lot of that's the overnight session, the Asian, the Europe, the African, whatever the crap's going on there, and it just didn't set up a lot. So we're going to be testing this out new. We're only losing out on 11 trades on the entire year by switching, and if this turns out in like 4 months to be absolutely nothing, so be it. But we're going to see how it is. I'll keep you guys updated on that. Same strategy, just marking the previous day high and low a little bit different. Just so you guys can get a visual of kind of what I'm saying, I would go to the daily time frame. I would scroll all the way over and take the candle like of yesterday and mark the highest point and the lowest point as my previous day. But now, this is platinum for instance, I actually highlighted the region here. So this is what the RTH is. This is when the market opened, this is when the market closed for platinum. So like I said, it's different hours. Then I'm just going to mark the highest point and the lowest point. Rather than all this session here and all this session here, we're just going to kind of do away with that. Hopefully that's in frame. And we're just going to be looking at what the New York session did. So hopefully this works out better. Like I said, it can't work out worse. So while we still got a couple minutes left before the market opens, I just said my prayer and I got YouTube pulled up and all that. Something I thought I would do so I can give back to the channel and actually have a purpose of this channel other than me being an idiot is read the verse of the day. Thought that would be pretty cool, which is Acts 20:24. However, I consider my life worth nothing to me. My only aim is to finish the race and complete the task the Lord Jesus has given me, the task of testifying to the good news of God's grace. I know that's not a lot, but it's just something to just give back to the channel and let you guys know that you can't do nothing alone. We're all flawed, we're all broken. So if I can give God in any way to you guys, and if somebody out there can accept him and just kind of change their viewpoint on it, I feel like I'm doing something that I should be doing and what I want this channel to be, because I've always wanted this channel to be of use to someone. And with the way the algorithm is, it's really hard because the only thing that catches is spending a lot of money and living it up. But I always want to try to give back and give thanks where it's due. So hopefully that's something we can always incorporate into this channel and you guys can appreciate, because we're always going to do it whether you like it or not. But market's about to open up. We got the setup rocking right now. Got the laptop up, got the energy drink, and we've got our YouTube pulled up. That's the necessities of every good trader. Not 10 monitors, not market analysis. An energy drink, a laptop, and a dream.
Sounds like a recipe for cannibalism.
Okay, boys, we might have a setup forming right now. Let me pick y'all up, show you guys what we're looking at. So this setup's going to be on micro gold. So you see, hold on, there we are. So we broke down, we have retested this level, which is actually a really good level because you see we've got both a yellow and a white line. So we've got two different zones right here. So basically all we're waiting for now is sellers to step back in, give us a good entry candle with no top wick, ride this puppy to the downside, fingers crossed. So the next candle just opened up. That's the one right here, if you guys see, it has no top wick. So that's exactly what we're looking for. But we've got another minute 25 until this candle closes. But if it closes good, you know what that means. That means your boy's in a trade right now. And the trades that I've been taking lately that have hit has just been such low volume. Like, we're not risking a lot, which it's always good. You don't want to risk a lot. But it seems like the losses that I take are those high-powered trades recently. I mean, granted, we've had months where every trade we've hit's been the high-powered, high-volume, big ones. But recently, we're only taking these small ones. As of right now, we're looking at like $150-ish risk, give or take. We're going to be trading 4 micros on gold, so maybe some volume can kick in. I mean, I'm not going to complain if it does. All right, we got in on it. The risk, yet again, it was just no volume there. It pulled all the way back to like an $80 risk, so we're not looking at a big win again, but we're currently up 20 bucks right here, and we're looking for the nice little push to the downside. We've seen like some volume starting to kick in. We're moving pretty quick, so this might be one of those trades where you're in and out in less than 5 minutes.
A few moments later.
Yep, stopped out. It's all good. It was a low risk scenario. I mean, it was our exact setup, but the volume just wasn't there. And I'll take a loss like that for 80 bucks any day of the week. It's those ones where you're risking $200-300, you get up a couple hundred, and then it knocks you back out, but we'll take that. It'll probably end up retesting this high level here since it only retested the lower level the first time and then push. But I don't take a setup the second time it happens. Once it stops me out, I'm done, we move on. Now we look for another A+ setup somewhere else today, hopefully. Still fingers crossed. Okay, I thought I'd hit you guys with a little market update of what's going on right now. So when we take a look here at copper, we broke down this morning. We had no pullbacks, nothing we could take there. Platinum, we broke out, had a lot of divergence. When we finally broke the divergence, we had way too much volume. Risk was like $700, which is good because obviously if you had a shorted, that failed miserably. Gold was just, it was something. This morning we broke out, pulled back, we took that short loss, low volume, liquidity sweeped us, and then just blasted up the rest of the day. Liquidity sweep, y'all like that word. Oil, we've yet to even get anything out of range here. It's just chop city. And then we got no pullback on gas with divergence. So it's looking like nothing. We've got 25 minutes left of market open, and that'll chalk it up for the day. Based on what I'm seeing, I don't believe there's any shot that we could get a setup. So we're done for the week. Back-to-back weeks of us being negative. Woo! This week we were only negative $80 on that loss. Last week we were negative like 110 or something like that. So what are you gonna do? That's the real raw reality. Everybody who posts their trading that has just win, it's just fake, know it. Either it's clickbaited, it's paper trading, it's whatever, because you're not gonna be green every single week. We had 4 straight weeks of green, 2 weeks of red, and we're chilling. It's just part of it. Just take your losses with your wins and move on.
If one does go off, I really hope I'm not trading.
But I'll still at least finish out this trading session, get that over with, then we're gonna go to the gym, hit a workout, and just work off the trading pain.